The British officially say there's no evidence that the plane is there.
The British say there is no plane whatsoever on that site. And the Commonwealth War Graves Commission say that I'm talking nonsense.
What I don't understand is, these are elite soldiers from one of the British Army's top units. Wouldn't they crawl over ground glass to try and find out what happened to their men?
One would hope so, but that's not the case. They say there's no evidence for the plane there, and they will not rock the boat. They will not bring pressure on any other British agency to bring pressure on the French. It's a whole series of people who need to bring pressure on the other, and nobody's doing it.
The evidence is overwhelming.
The evidence is overwhelming, but of course there's a question of how you deal with the French and how you get the French to rescind their embargo on this. They have embargoed the site. They have prevented any further excavation. In many ways, rightly so, because if there's a question of disturbing human remains and what is a de facto war grave, one doesn't want to do that. But my contention, and I think the contention of the other 23 families, would be that it would give us comfort to know that it is the last resting place of the men involved. And those families have been in ignorance for now 73 years. My mother, who died 9 weeks ago, went to her grave without any concrete evidence of knowledge that this might be looked upon as the last resting place of her husband and his men.
How bitter was it for your mum that she never got the answer?
It coloured her life. To lose a man killed in action is bad enough, but one knows that it has happened, and generally speaking, one knows where he lies, and there is a grave. For families of the missing, it is so much worse, and that agony has been prolonged, I think, far longer than might have been necessary. And I think that as long as we feel that that debt to these men is owed, then we should try and pay that debt as best we can. And it seems to me that it would be comparatively easy to square the circle by actually finding out definitively that that is the plane. We wouldn't be disturbing the rest of the men on that plane. We would simply be giving them back something they've never had. We might actually be able to convert the status of men still missing to men killed in action.